Alright, so I did say I was going to try keeping you guys up with Ninjago news. Here you go. We're going to keep you guys updated with Ninjago news. So the 2019 Legacy sets are already out in some areas of the world. I haven't got a chance to look at the US, and I'm pretty sure they're not there, because we always get things last, apparently. Don't worry. It's like the Switch. We always get things last when it comes to Lego sets. So when they're expected to show up is usually when we get them. But sometimes people get them earlier. Some stores in Germany have them, I think. And I have to think of the other place, but yeah. This January 2019, that's when, the US is supposed to try getting them. Who knows, it may be February or March before we actually get them. And I love Legacy because they're taking older sets and remaking them how they would today, which is really pretty awesome. This video is from Spit Bricks. If you want Ninjago news, him, David, Formula R&D, and Tam Fisheries are the ones I go to for Ninjago news. And if I get stuff from them, I'm going to tell you some of it. He's taking the older sets these Legacy sets are based off of and comparing them to 2019. Let's get started, shall we? Actually, I'll go.
Hey guys, what's going on? Spitbricks here.
So before we get started, the one on the left in this picture here is Lloyd, the Green Ninja, and I think it's actually the first ever set Green Ninja came in. Like set-wise, not spinner-wise. That's the epic dragon battle from Season 1, The Rise of the Snakes. And Legacy has remade it. So, that's on the right side, that's the regular dragon battles on the left.
Here, back from another LEGO Ninjago video, and in this video, I'm going to be comparing the old LEGO Ninjago sets to the new remakes for 2019 of Ninjago. For almost every single set that we're getting in this upcoming wave, there is a direct correlation to a previous older set that we've also gotten, and it's really cool to see the similarities and differences and what the LEGO designers have changed.
Like for this one, the wings are different on the Ultra Dragon than they were on the other one. As you can see, they've got a little bit of blaze on the older one. Now they're kind of more of actual wing-based pieces, all one piece. And then the heads have also changed as well. And this is all just taking away the fact that Ninja there. Honestly, what I would have thought would have been cool, and probably a better business strategy. I don't know too much about business here, so don't take my word on this. But my personal opinion on it would be that you would, like, for the Ninja, I'm not talking about the sets. The Ninja, use the older movie design, or not the movie design, the older TV designs and the designs that you started out with. Because these are some of the older sets that had those designs. Not only would this be a better way to get older fans back into set collecting, if they had their older faces in there, it would also introduce their newer fans where the show originally started. That way it shows where they started versus how they are now. I don't know if Lego stopped making those heads or not, I'm not sure, but that's what I thought.
They have revised and remade these classic Ninjago models. There are some sets that look very similar to the original ones, while others have some very distinct differences between them. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. Let's first talk about the Samurai Mech set. This is going to be a $15 price point, and all the sets you guys will see for this Ninjago Legacy line are all going to be releasing in January of 2000.
As you can see, Knuckle and Crusher are the two skeletons shown in the set. I don't really personally like these. I kind of like the older ones better. But, that's the one. You've got your Samurai X Mech. In actuality, the Samurai X didn't go up against any of the any of the skeletons, there would be the snakes. So to be a little bit more accurate, you would want to have snakes in here. There's some differences. Plus, the older set was bigger, it consisted more. And I can understand for the size change if they're planning to put these in all these sets in kind of a certain range. I would understand that. There's no point making a bigger set than what it should be, price point wise, because you're just making more bricks to put them in there, and that would potentially raise the price, which is how a lot of the sets are made. But yeah, it's a little bit of a miniature version. It's more of a downgraded version of the original
19,
map.
or at least in the United States they will be. This is set number 70665, and this set actually comes with 2 Skullkin. We have Cruncha and Knuckle, as well as the Samurai Mech itself in Samurai X. Now, it's quite obvious that the Samurai Mech has been shrunk for this set, as it is supposed to be resembling the original Samurai Mech, which was around a $40 set back in 2012. This set had come with 2 Serpentine villains, as well as a very highly detailed mech, nowhere near what it is for this year for 2019. Now, although it may seem that LEGO is really doing this mech a disservice here, kind of downgrading it in some aspects, it really isn't, and in fact, whenever you guys see the...
Yeah, it really isn't. If you're another mentioned before, they're trying to keep these at a certain range. There's no point having something that would be worth $40, trying to make it 14 or 15, and if they tried making it like that, what they would end up doing is they would increase the price, and that's not what they really want if they're wanting to get older fans into this and stuff of that nature.
Rest of the sets in this video and how they compare, there's a lot of them that have been upgraded. This one is a little bit downgraded, I guess you could say, but I personally like the look of this smaller Samurai X mech. They are able to fit basically all the characteristics of it in a smaller set. I feel like if you look closely at these 2 images here, the old one being over...
Now, what I mean by that is, like, Cole's mech from Season 3, Rebooted, was typically pretty small. Kai's mech was a little small. Zay's mech, it was a little bigger. Jay's mech was a little bigger. And Lloyd, poor dude, he got a bigger mech. Just to, as I mentioned, only 2 of the mechs are really small, so maybe Nia's Samurai X mech is downgraded, smallarized, then balance this all out.
On the left, of course, you can see a lot of the same features that are resembled just on a smaller scale in this $15 set, such as the shoulder pads up on the top, the little flaps by the waist, as well as the part in the very middle there for the torso of the build. I think the only thing that it's missing is the little cockpit piece that comes up over the Samurai X minifigure in the 2012 version, but other than that, everything's pretty much there, and other than a different minifigure selection, I'd say it's still a very good set. And for $15 only, it is a great price and a very affordable price for many people to get this iconic set. Now, one thing I do want to point out that a lot of people are actually overlooking is this Samurai X Cave Chaos set from Day of the Departed, and how closely these 2 mechs resemble. The mech that we got in this set was kind of a mini...
Yeah, I don't think Day of the Departed sold too well with people in this. A lot of people just went ahead and missed it. I forgot that as well. Now, I didn't get a chance to get any of the Day of the Departed sets, so I really can't demonstrate to you how big it was. But that's basically right about the same size. They're taking Day of the Departed size back and combining it for Mia's.
Samurai X mech as well, and if you compare the 2 here, they're very similar once again. Now, obviously, the inspiration was definitely from the original one from 2012, because these legacy sets are remaking sets from Season 1 and Season 2 around that time of Ninjago, those very early years. But I still did want to include this in this video, just to show you guys that we have actually gotten a smaller version of the Samurai X mech before. Now let's move on to Jay's Stormfight.
This is the one I'm most excited to get. Samurai X mech, I may get it if time permits. I may not. The thing is, I'm more concerned about the sets that I used to get. You know, the Dragon Back and Monastery, they look good, but I want newer remakes of my older sets. This was the very first set I ever got, which you can bet I'm going to try getting this one before I get the Overlord one. Because this one is pretty good, and it's got a new version of Pysaur. I really like it. It's got a new Finn Army figure. It's got Nia, and it's also got Jay. And I can't remember. He'll bring it out.
This was one of my personal favorite sets back from 2012 in the Serpentine season. Now, the one we're getting for Ninjago Legacy here comes with a Pythor minifigure, which is going to be a huge draw to the set, as well as an upgraded Jay Stormfighter compared to the one in 2012. If you guys remember the 2012 version, it was much smaller, a lot less detailed, and it's actually kind of interesting whenever I was looking back.
Oh, yeah, that one wasn't there, and this is pretty good. What they did do to that newer set is they bulked it up better. And I really like it. They've expanded the wings. What this one allowed you to do was you made a certain piece, and it would also take the wings and spread them out to the sides. Whether that happens in this set, though, I'll have to figure that out.
At these set images, I didn't realize how bland this set looked as opposed to the brand new one for 2019. But as far as the two compare, they're not that different, and in fact, the box art for them are very similar as well. We don't get one of the Fangpire staffs in the brand new one, but we do get a new build for the Nunchucks of Lightning. Most of the upgrades for Jay Stormfighter happens.
Yeah, and I should probably mention, the older Jay Stormfighter didn't even have the Nunchucks of Lightning. You didn't have it, you just had random weapons you can grab off the sides and use to fight other people. You didn't even get Nunchucks Lightning on that one. And I swear.
Back of the plane with some different pieces and some more details. However, in the front, they've used an interesting technique of basically building the cockpit upside down. You guys can see that there, as opposed to the original one in 2012, was all basically upright. Nonetheless, I think the LEGO designers did a great job here upgrading and refreshing this build, and yet keeping it very classic and a lot of nostalgia behind it as well. Now let's move on to Kai's Blade Cycle and Zane's.
So basically what they did with Zane and Spike, it was combined with the Fangfire truck, but it wasn't as big. Now what they did is they made that a little bigger, and I really like it. And what happens with Kai's bike is it was a little bit downgraded, but still looks cool nonetheless. I didn't get those two sets, so they're probably on my least based majority. Right, not as I want to get it as opposed to some of the others on this list.
Snowmobile, in which we have two different vehicles here in which we can compare to the original models. Now, back in 2012, we had Kai's Blade Cycle as a $15 set, came with the Ratla minifigure. This was a really good price and a really good deal at the time. If we compare the two side by side, I have to admit that I do like the original version a bit more. It just looks...
Yeah, that was just now mentioned. The newer one kind of looks a little bit downgraded and shrunk in size, but nonetheless, it still looks pretty cool. It looks like it could function pretty awesome, similar to the other one. Yeah, it's not the same, but I mean, that's it. There's two bikes in this other one, and the other one just had that one bike side figure and two minifigures.
More finished, there's a lot more details and pieces on it. I like the raised front of it instead of it just looking like a regular motorbike build that we get a lot these days for Ninjago. I don't know, it reminds me a lot of that set we got for Sons of Garmadon with Mr. E in it, but of course, I mean, that's my opinion. Your guys' may be different. And as I'm going through these, be sure to let me know your guys' thoughts on these sets, which ones you guys prefer. You guys prefer the older ones or the newer ones for each of these models?
So, J1, I looked at both, and that's a little biased. But this one, yes, I do agree with him. The older Kai bike looks a little better, but this new one looks pretty awesome as well. They shrunk it down a little bit, so it isn't big and it doesn't overpower Zane's spike. And it was pretty awesome.
Now, that's only half of what's represented in this new Legacy set. We also have Zane's Snowmobile, in which back in 2012 we had it coming in the Vampire Truck Ambush set, which was basically a $50 set at the time. It came with Fang Dam and Fang Tom, which were some of the fan favorites at the time because, well, I mean, they have two heads. Comparing the two here, you guys can see the differences. They got rid of those trans light blue pieces that go on the very front and back of Zane's Snowmobile, which, to be honest, was one of my favorite parts of the original model. I don't know, this one's, I guess, not that bad. I do kind of prefer the original one just a little bit more. I mean, I do like the upgraded wheel on the back there, and just the overall look of it in the very front there, with it looking more like a snowmobile. It's a lot more accurate to what you'd think it should look like, but as far as, let's just say, what it looks like in the TV show, I think the original model still wins. Yeah. Now, here's one of the fan favorite sets at this moment.
This is not only a fan favorite set, but this was one of my older sets I used to get. I got this Red and Golden Dragon Battle set from this wave. This one, it was shocking to find out this was priced a little higher than the original. But looking at it, not only do you have a buildable Giant Stone Warrior, which is awesome. That's coming about the same time as the 2019 Minecraft, figures like that. Then the drill itself looks a little bit bulked, and the other one he's going to bring.
This is Cole's Earth Driller, set number 70669 for the Ninjago Legacy Wave, and not only do we get this really cool build of the Giant Stone Warrior in this set,
I
but
should also mention that not only, in addition to the drill looking bulked, that cockpit actually looks like the one in the show. So looking like the one in the show, this one's gonna win.
We also get an upgraded, Cole's Earth Driller set. The original one was only a $20 set back from the final battle season of Ninjago. It reminded me of Power Miners all the time, every single time I would take it out whenever I was building it. But I guess the main complaint of it at the time of whenever this set was released was that it was way too small compared to the TV show. In the TV show, you could fit all the ninja in Cole's Earth Driller, but in the set, you could basically fit one. I mean, I guess you could fit in two if you really crammed them in there. But now for the remake of Cole's Earth Driller, it's much larger, it's got some more details, it's got a larger cockpit with even some printing on the sides. It's got a lot more space in there, which means you can fit more ninja, and in the set you do get two ninjas, so at least it can fit two, but I believe if you...
Yeah, and something that I tried doing a while back when I got this set was trying to get Kai's Fire Mech from Season 2 and putting it on the back. As if you've watched that season, you know that was a main compartment of this thing. That was something that was highly anticipated on. So yes, that could be a thing. You could try.
Now, as far as the other aspects of the build, it's very similar. It uses the same wheels in the front and the back, uses the same mechanism for the drill in the front, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I think that's what really defines this set, and
it uses the same drills and the same wheels, but the focus of it is the bigger, bulky body compared to the older one. So I have to say this one's probably better. Plus, as he mentioned, you can probably fit a little bit more ninja than just Cole in there.
Like that, and I really do think that this set has a great upgrade for this season of Ninjago for Legacy.
Yeah.
Now here's another very...
This one is also one that is not only going to be hyped by a lot of people, so I'm not going to be surprised if I go to the store and this thing sold out, is the fact that this gets our first, second Overlord minifigure, but our first in pretty much 4 or 5 years. Which, boy, I'm gonna want. I mean, I kind of was looking for the Overlord's dragon form in Season 2, but I mean, I guess we'll wait for the next time to do something like this. The head, I'm not really a fan of the head. It looks a little different, but also, that looks pretty cool. The whole entire body looks a little bit better, thinner, and the feet are kind of really my only complaint about it. And except for, of course, how ninja look, but I mean, I can't say anything. This one I'm kind of consider dropping just due to the fact of how Lloyd is. But yeah, these masks kind of look a little off, and I kind of don't really like that. Just a little bit. But I mean, it's got Overworld minifigure, so I might just get it for the Overworld minifigure, is what a lot of people might do. Plus, I already have a gold Lloyd. It's not it's partially still in shape. I took it off an arm, and I took up a bunch of other stuff. But it's typically all in the same stuff, and then, yeah, and then the Overworld, I still have my Overworld minifigure. Mostly in one piece. And to get a new one is awesome. Also, due to the fact he does have the ghost tail, I think, is also pretty awesome.
Interesting set. This is the Golden Dragon, and this one's going to be hard to compare since it is a $20 set compared to the original one in 2013 being a $30 set. And you guys may have heard me say some stuff about this set before, but this was a fan favorite literally everywhere, or at least in my area, you could not find...
Yeah, this was not only a fan favorite, you got... Golden Lloyd was a really rare minifigure to collect back in the day. He only came in 2 sets in a wave. No more, nothing less. He showed up in the Temple of Light in his golden bag, which I didn't get a chance to get. I cried. And this one, which I managed to grab. And I got my first couple of Stone Warriors.
Find this set in shelves. I live in a busy city, so maybe that's just why there's a lot of people, a lot of kids wanting to buy this set. But this set literally was nowhere to be found, and I guess that's why it goes for so much on the secondary market if you have it sealed today. But really, that's beside the point. What really we want to be talking about is the builds. And since the price range in between is a bit different, and the newer one is a smaller build, well, there's that to consider. However, whenever you really look at it, you do get a brand new Golden Ninja minifigure. If you guys have not already checked out my review on that, there's a card on screen right now. And as far as the build of this new Golden Dragon, I mean, it's good for a $20 set. If you're only looking at this set for 2019, I think it's a very good set. But once you start...
Yeah, it is in fact a good set, in my opinion. It's really good. Now, they did degrade from the clubs having 3 to 2, which are where a lot of my complaints are, because I kind of like those. But it's a smaller set for $20, and you can probably get $20 pretty easily, so whether you win or bet or something. But this is actually pretty good.
To compare it to this older set here from 2013 that was $10 more, it definitely gets beat out, and I have to admit that the older set is just overall better. I have to say that. The minifigures...
Also, if anyone knows how to calculate price to part ratio, let me know, because I'd love to learn that.
Collection on the newer one is better, but the build of the Golden Dragon definitely is better on the older one. Now, with me saying this, don't take it in the wrong way that I don't like this new Golden Dragon. I really do. I like this set, but you just can't compare it to the old, original Golden Dragon.
Yeah, I do like it. It's got Overworld minifigure. You didn't get that in that wave. You only got him once, and that was in the Temple of the Battle for Ninjago City set for season 3, and he only showed up once. And if you didn't get your hands on that set, you were out of luck. As soon as that thing was not made anymore, that was it. Unless someone wanted to hand it up, give it up, you were basically out of luck. This one is $20. You get an Overworld minifigure. As long as you can raise $20 up, grab $20 somehow, you can buy this.
Moving on here, this is the smallest set of this wave, excluding the spinners, and I'm not going to include those in this video just because I think that's...
Yeah, the spinners are, I think, a little bit different. And I kind of like them, but there's not too much to do with them. You can spin them and stuff, that's probably about it. They probably changed the spinners kind of due to the fact that Lord Garmadon, the 4-armed one, didn't get a spinner, and they wanted to incorporate him into the spinner, so they changed the whole spinner design. Which, if that's the case, You guys did a pretty good job because the forearm guard actually gets a spinner, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, then you've got from season 1, so that's Monastery Training. You've got I think I remember where Nia's weapon came from. Oh, you know what's really cool? It actually shows you what season that was originally from, which is pretty awesome. I didn't get that set, actually.
Overkill, you guys can definitely see the differences between those. But this Monastery Training set here is pretty interesting, and I wanted to include this one before the very large sets of this wave, just because I think it's interesting to see where these similarities are coming from, because it's not necessarily the old sets of Ninjago. These are the two that stand out to me that are similar to it. We have like the original...
Yeah, you've got the Cole Monastery Training set. That was way older than this one. Ninjago movie, doesn't apply the same cool techniques as the other one did. But that's just my opinion.
Original training set, which was a $5 set back in the day, set number 2516, with one Cole minifigure. But then we have the Spinjitzu training from the Lego Ninjago movie. Now, just like Monastery Training, Spinjitzu training here is also a $10 price point. And look at the builds. They look very, very similar. And so it's very interesting to see that, you know, the set back from 2011 isn't nearly as similar as the one back, you know, from the Lego Ninjago movie, which really was only like a year and a half ago, I believe. Both of these sets include 3 mini training objects that are kind of like standalone, as well as that interesting build of a semi-monastery sort of training outpost look. I don't know, I just found this kind of interesting whenever I realized that these two sets are practically identical, so I wanted to include that real quickly. Now, here we go. We're going to move into some of the most highly anticipated Ninjago Legends.
That one is... Oh, God. The Monastery Training is... Quiet, please. The Monastery Training... The Ultra Battle is what I was referring to just a couple minutes ago.
Legacy sets such as here the Ultra Dragon, which was an absolutely phenomenal set back in 2012. It came with the Epic Dragon.
This was one of the first couple sets I remember I wanted and I never got a chance to get. This one, the Ultra Sonic Raider, which I haven't got that one, or the Day Departed version. If they managed to try bringing it back, something I can do. Jeez. This one, I don't think I'm going to get that one either. I cry. Both ones, because... Now...
Battle set, which was $120 at the time, but oh my goodness, this was definitely worth it for your money. This was my favorite set out of the entire year of 2012 Ninjago sets, and that's saying a lot, because Ninjago had 2 different waves of Serpentine sets within 2012. Between these 2 Ultra Dragons, there are a bunch of differences between them, and yet I think that the final model here on this new version isn't even that bad. I don't know, it's definitely different. It took a little bit of getting used to, but over the days as I've been looking at this image, I've warmed up to it. I think that the brick-built dragon heads and the wings on it aren't necessarily that bad. In fact, the dragon heads...
The wings are a good change, I think. Those are pretty good. The brick-built heads, I think they just took that idea from Season 9.
Are kind of cool in my opinion. They add some character to it. I'm not so sure about the wings. I've never really liked those felt wings, or the thin plastic that they use sometimes. I've never been a fan of that. I really do like the brick-built wings on that. But as far as the heads, I think that's okay. I do prefer the rubber ones, but I guess maybe I'm just an old-timey Lego Ninjago fan at this point. I feel like this set...
and I think the only one that's got like rubber-based is the Golden Dragon head. Because I wouldn't really be in the mood to build that out of bricks.
Definitely got its fair share of criticism thrown at it whenever it was revealed, but it also had a lot of love behind it, and I do think that a lot of people are going to warm up to this set. This is one of my favorite sets of this wave, and for the price point, for like $85, I believe, it's a great buy.
Now we consider the fact that 3 out of 4 dragons of the original look the same. But essentially, this one basically unifies all the heads, which I think is pretty awesome.
And lastly, we have the Monastery of Spinjitzu. This is a beautiful set. It comes with all the ninja, and there really isn't an equivalent of this set. We've never really gotten a Monastery set. The closest we got was
there's that one, Inquisitor, Card, Zane, and all of that, along with Skeleton. That is small. This Monastery set throws that one to the ground.
Spinjitzu Dojo set, in which we got one of the ninja, we got Sensei Wu, and only one Skullkin. This set was like $50 at the time. I never even bought it, because I thought like $50, you only get 3 minifigures, and then just this sort of dojo-looking build. I don't know, I wasn't really that big of a fan of it, but if you compare it to the Monastery of Spinjitzu, obviously there's basically no competition here. Monastery of Spinjitzu just blows it out of the water. And sure, it's definitely not a fair comparison, but it's the closest to what we've ever really gotten. I'm excited that LEGO didn't just focus on remaking some of the old vehicles like Jay's Stormfighter and Cole's Earth Driller, but also featured some brand new stuff that we really haven't gotten much close to before, because I know some older LEGO fans of Ninjago, you know, they're not so inclined to and very excited about buying these remakes, but seeing something like this,
that is worth your time, that is worth your money. That one throws the other one to the ground. And myself, as I mentioned before, I'd like to get some of the sets, relive memories of mine that I never got. If I ever manage to get any of these sets, I will definitely do a review on them, like I did with the SOG base a while.
Really hits home with a lot of nostalgia behind it to the good old days of Ninjago, the very beginnings. I think is going to be a massive success.
I think that's going to be a massive success, but if it's supposed to sort of nostalgia, that's where I think using some of the older faces, some of the older looks would definitely bump your nostalgia than throwing some of the movie designs on there. And yeah, you can kind of tell what I mean by that. Like, if it's supposed to be nostalgia aimed at some of the older sets, why not use some of the older faces? Yeah, you're basically kind of like throwing some of your older fans like myself away with your faces. Now, my big hope, and I don't think they can change this, but I don't think Tommy Anderson really has any control over this, but for their movie that they're planning to do, frick, I hope they use some of the older designs. Because the movie designs that kind of like invaded this thing, this is essentially kind of what it did, came in and took over the movie, they already had their own movie. They don't need another movie. Okay? Use the original design so they have their own movie. I know part of it's like, yeah, this is good, this I don't like that, and part of it, like right now, it's just a rant. But I'm just voicing my opinions. I'd like to know your comments down below. By the way, as I'm recording this, I actually as this is Saturday as I'm recording this. Tomorrow, there's supposed to be a new trailer drop, and hopefully LEGO drops it, because if it's on Twitter, I'll just have to look up somebody's analysis of it and analyze it myself. Who knows? Who knows on that? So keep in knowing about that. Do you want me to do these weekly or every time there's big stuff? Let me know. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys next one. Bye!